Hey everyone, welcome back to SwitchTop. Today we're diving into my personal top 20 JRPGs on Nintendo Switch. If you love great stories, cool characters, and fun battle systems, this list is for you. From old school classics to brand new adventures, the Switch has become an amazing place for JRPG fans. Let's jump right in. Ys 8, Lacrimosa of Dana, puts you in the shoes of a doll, a red-haired adventurer who gets shipwrecked on a mysterious island. You'll spend your time rescuing other survivors, building up your base camp, and exploring the island to find a way home. But at night, you start having dreams about a blue-haired girl named Dana, who lived on the island long ago. The combat is super fast and fun. You can switch between 3 characters on the fly, each with different attack types that work better against certain enemies. You can dodge and block attacks with perfect timing to trigger special bonuses. The island is huge with tons of secrets to find, and watching your little castaway village grow as you rescue more people feels really rewarding. The story keeps you guessing about how a doll and Dana's adventures connect across time. Chained Echoes looks like those 90s JRPGs we all love, but plays like a modern game. The story follows a group of heroes from different kingdoms who team up to stop a devastating war. You'll travel through a world with magical tech where people ride dragons and pilot mechs. The battle system is turn-based, but with an awesome twist. There's an overdrive meter that you need to keep in the sweet spot. Stay in that zone and your team gets powerful bonuses, but push too far and you'll overheat and get penalties. Instead of random battles, you can see enemies on the map, and grinding isn't necessary to enjoy the story. Each character can be customized with different skills using a unique class system, and there are tons of side quests that actually matter to the story. The pixel art is gorgeous, and the music will get stuck in your head for days. Super Mario RPG is the remake of a SNES classic, where Mario teams up with Bowser, yes, really, and other unlikely friends to fix a giant magical star that broke into pieces. The remake keeps everything we loved about the original, but with beautiful new graphics and quality of life improvements. The battle system is turn-based, but keeps you engaged with time button presses. Hit the button at the right moment during attacks or blocks to do more damage or take less. It's simple to learn, but satisfying to master. The game is full of Nintendo charm and funny moments, with each area feeling completely different from the last. You'll explore haunted mansions, living mushroom villages, and even go inside people's dreams. There are fun mini-games sprinkled throughout, hidden treasures everywhere, and boss fights that feel like puzzles to solve rather than just stat checks. Pokémon Legends. Arceus takes the series back in time to when Pokémon were feared by humans, and the idea of catching them in Pokeballs was brand new. You get sent back in time to ancient Sinnoh, called Hisui back then, and need to create the region's first Pokédex by studying wild Pokémon. The gameplay is completely different from traditional Pokémon games. You explore large open areas where you can see Pokémon roaming around, sneak up on them, and throw Pokeballs without even battling. When you do battle, it's more action-packed with a new turn system based on speed stats and different move styles. Some Pokemon will aggressively attack you, and you can get knocked out if you're not careful. The crafting system lets you make your own Pokeballs and items from materials you gather. Watching this ancient world and its relationship with Pokemon unfold makes for a fresh and exciting Pokemon adventure. Ni no Kuni, Wrath of the White Witch. Looks like you're playing inside a Studio Ghibli movie, and that's because the famous animation studio actually helped make it. You play as Oliver, a young boy who travels to a magical world to try to save his mom. The game mixes traditional JRPG exploration with a Pokemon-like system where you tame and train creatures called familiars to fight for you. Battles happen in real time where you can run around the battlefield, switch between Oliver and his familiars, cast spells, use items, and give commands to your AI teammates. The magic system is super cool. You have to solve people's problems by borrowing emotions like courage or kindness from those who have extra and giving them to people in need. The world is huge with tons of side quests, hidden treasures, and bonus familiars to find. The story deals with some heavy topics like grief and growing up, but in a way that's touching and hopeful. Neo, The World Ends With You drops you into a stylish vision of modern Tokyo where you're forced to play the Reaper's game, a week-long competition between teams where losing means getting erased from existence. You control Rindo and his friends as they fight to survive using special powers called pins that give them psychic abilities. The combat system is super unique. Each character is controlled with a different button, so you're managing multiple attacks at once in fast-paced battles. You collect hundreds of pins with different powers like shooting fire, dropping lightning, or creating ice walls. The game oozes style with its urban anime aesthetic, incredible soundtrack that mixes rock, hip-hop, and electronic music, and vibrant characters. As you explore Shibuya District, you'll solve puzzles, eat at real-world restaurants to gain stat boosts, and shop for clothes that give you special abilities. The story keeps you guessing with tons of twists and turns. So far, the LUNAR Remastered collection brings two beloved PlayStation classics to Switch with upgraded graphics, quality of life improvements, and all the charm that made these games special in the 90s. These games tell the stories of aspiring heroes in a world where humans live on a moon orbiting a dead Earth. In Silver Star, you play as Alex, a boy who dreams of becoming a legendary Dragon Master like his hero Dyne. In Eternal Blue, set 1,000 years later, you play as Hero, a treasure hunter who meets a mysterious girl with blue hair. Both games feature turn-based battles with positioning elements. Where your characters stand on the battlefield matters. What makes LUNAR special is its focus on character relationships, genuinely funny writing, and animated cutscenes that were mind-blowing for their time. The Remastered collection adds autosave, battle speed options, and a new illustrated look while keeping the voice acting and songs from the original. These games remind us why we fell in love with JRPGs in the first place.
Alfina's blessing.
Mega Magic Flame! Power!
Final Fantasy VII is the game that introduced countless players to JRPGs, and the Switch version lets you experience this classic anywhere. You play as Cloud, a former soldier turned mercenary who gets caught up in a battle against the evil Shinra Corporation that's draining the planet's life energy. The game uses a battle system called Active Time Battle, where turns happen based on a timer. When a character's bar fills up, they can attack, use magic, summon powerful creatures, or use items. As you fight, you'll earn AP to level up materia, colorful orbs you slot into weapons and armor to gain magical abilities or stat boosts. You can create awesome combinations by linking different materia together. The story takes you from the cyberpunk city of Midgar to snowy mountains, tropical beaches, and even to space. With unforgettable characters like Tifa, Aerith, and the legendary villain Sephiroth, it's no wonder this game has stayed popular for decades. Shin Megami Tensei V Vengeance puts you in the shoes of a high school student who gets transported to a post-apocalyptic Tokyo called Da'at after a strange earthquake. You're nearly killed by demons, but fuse with a mysterious being to become a Nahobino, a forbidden form that's neither human nor god. Instead of fighting with a set party of characters, you recruit demons by negotiating with them in conversations where you have to figure out what they want to hear. The turn-based battle system focuses on hitting enemy weaknesses to earn extra turns while protecting your own vulnerabilities. The Vengeance version adds a completely new storyline route, new areas, and a casual difficulty option. As you explore the open areas of ruined Tokyo, you'll climb buildings, slide down sand dunes, and find hidden items and powerful demons everywhere. The story tackles big themes about order versus chaos, the nature of God, and what kind of world deserves to exist. It's challenging but incredibly rewarding. Persona 4. Golden is the definitive version of one of the most beloved JRPGs ever made. You play as a high school student who moves to the countryside town of Inaba, where a strange murder mystery is unfolding. You and your friends discover you can enter a world inside TVs where people's inner thoughts take physical form as dungeons. The game's genius is how it splits your time between dungeon crawling with turn-based battles and daily life where you go to school, join clubs, get part-time jobs, and hang out with friends. Every day matters, and you have to choose how to spend your limited time. Deepening friendships creates social links that make your personas, the physical manifestations of your inner self that you use in battle, more powerful. The combat system has you targeting enemy weaknesses to knock them down and trigger powerful all-out attacks. The characters feel like real friends by the end, the murder mystery keeps you guessing, and the small town setting with changing seasons makes the game feel cozy despite its darker themes.
It's over! I couldn't do it!
2 enemies left! Persona! Great, Sensei!
Star Ocean. The second story, R, is a beautiful remake of a PlayStation classic that blends sci-fi and fantasy. You choose between 2 main characters, Claude, a space officer who gets transported to an undeveloped planet, or Rune, a girl with mysterious powers who thinks Claude might be a legendary hero. The combat happens in real time where you run around the battlefield freely, string together combos, and unleash special arts with well-timed button presses. You can swap between party members on the fly, set up their AI behaviors, or have friends join you with multiplayer. The game has tons of private actions where you can build relationships with your party members, leading to different endings based on who likes you the most. There's also a deep crafting system where you can make weapons, cook food, and mix items. The remake keeps the original 2D pixel art characters but places them in gorgeous 3D environments with an amazing soundtrack.
Nice, there we have another. Okay, let's do this fight also. I took him by surprise? Yes.
Triangle Strategy is a tactical RPG where you lead a group of fighters through a conflict between 3 nations fighting over limited salt and iron resources. You play as Serenoa, a young lord trying to navigate tricky political situations while keeping his people safe. Battles take place on 3D grid-based maps where positioning is super important. Attacking enemies from behind does more damage. Pushing units off high ground can be deadly, and some characters can team up for powerful combo attacks. Elements like fire and ice interact with the environment, letting you melt snow to create water puddles that you can then electrify. Between battles, you'll make huge story choices using the Scales of Conviction system, where you need to persuade your companions to vote your way. Your decisions completely change which battles you'll face, and even the ending you'll get. The gorgeous HD 2D art style mixes pixel characters with realistic lighting effects for a unique look. Fire Emblem Three Houses puts you in the role of a professor at a military academy where you must choose one of 3 student houses to teach and lead. Each house has its own unique characters and storyline, giving you 3 very different perspectives on the same conflict. The game is split between tactical grid-based battles and school life where you teach students, build relationships, and explore the monastery. In battle, you position your unit strategically, taking advantage of weapon types, terrain, and special abilities. Permadeath means your students can die forever if you're careless. During the school segments, you decide how to teach each student, what skills to focus on, and who to spend your limited free time with. These bonds grow stronger in and out of battle, unlocking special conversations and combat bonuses. As the story progresses, a time skip happens and your former students become full-fledged soldiers in a continent-spanning war, with their abilities shaped by how you taught them.
Think this through.
Final Fantasy XII. The Zodiac Age brings one of the most unique Final Fantasy games to Switch with tons of improvements. The story follows Vaughn, a street kid who gets caught up in a war between empires after meeting a disgraced knight and a princess in hiding. What makes this game stand out is its combat system. Battles happen right in the exploration field without switching to a separate battle screen, and you can program your party's AI using the Gambit system. Gambits are basically if-then commands, like if ally HP below 50%, then cast Cure that lets your party fight automatically based on your strategic setup. The Zodiac job system gives each character access to specific license boards where they learn new abilities and equipment options. The Switch version includes fast-forward mode to speed through grinding, a reorchestrated soundtrack, and improved visuals. The world of Ivalice feels alive with different races, political intrigue, and areas that feel like real places rather than just dungeons. Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door is a gorgeous remake of one of the most beloved RPGs from the GameCube era. Mario goes to Rogueport after Princess Peach sends him a treasure map, only to find she's gone missing. The adventure has you collecting crystal stars to open a legendary door while dealing with weird enemies like alien X-Nauts and a group of lady ghost pirates. The battle system is turn-based with a twist. Well-timed button presses boost your attacks and defends against enemy hits. Each fight takes place on a stage with an audience that reacts to your performance, throwing items or causing trouble. You'll team up with unique partners like a Bomb-Ohm with amnesia and a shy ghost who can hide Mario from enemies. Outside of battle, Mario uses his paper abilities to fold into a boat, slip through cracks, or roll into a tube. The writing is genuinely funny with tons of personality, breaking the fourth wall and poking fun at RPG tropes while still telling a story with surprising emotional depth. Persona 5 Royal puts you in the shoes of a high school student who discovers the ability to enter people's palaces, physical manifestations of their distorted desires. You and your friends become the Phantom Thieves, using this power to steal hearts and make corrupt adults confess their crimes. The game brilliantly splits between dungeon crawling and daily life in Tokyo. During the day, you go to school, hang out with friends, work part-time jobs, study for exams, and build relationships called confidants that strengthen your ability to create personas, the manifestations of your inner self used in battle. The turn-based combat system is stylish and fast-paced, focusing on hitting enemy weaknesses to knock them down and unleash devastating all-out attacks. Each palace has unique puzzles and stealth sections based on the target's personality and crimes. With an incredible jazz-inspired soundtrack, striking red and black art style, and a story about fighting against corrupt authority figures, the game oozes style while dealing with surprisingly mature themes.
It's been a while since we last, but this time...
Persona! Go down!
Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition brings the Wii classic to Switch with completely overhauled graphics and quality of life improvements. The story takes place on the bodies of two giant frozen titans called the Bionis and Mechanus. You play as Shulk, a young researcher who gains the power of the Monado, a mysterious sword that can see the future and harm the mechanical enemies attacking his colony. The combat happens in real time, where you auto-attack while positioning yourself to use special arts with cooldown timers. Seeing the future during battle warns you of incoming deadly attacks, giving you time to warn allies or change tactics. The world is absolutely massive with breathtaking vistas and monsters ranging from tiny bugs to building-sized dinosaurs wandering freely. The relationship system lets characters build affinity through battle and story choices, unlocking conversations that deepen their bonds. The Definitive Edition adds a brand new epilogue story called Future Connected that continues the adventure after the main game ends. Dragon Quest XI's is like the perfect comfort food of JRPGs. It doesn't reinvent the wheel, but it executes the classic formula nearly perfectly. You play as the Luminary, a chosen hero born with a special mark who must gather allies and fight against a dark force threatening the world. The turn-based battles are straightforward but strategic, with each character having distinct abilities. The main hero uses swords and healing magic. Eric specializes in stealing and daggers. Jade is a martial artist with powerful kicks, and so on. The PEP system occasionally puts characters in powered-up states where they can unleash special moves or team up for combination attacks. The game is absolutely huge, easily lasting 80+ hours, and the S version adds tons of extra content, including an entire alternate 2D mode that recreates the game in classic 16-bit style. The monster designs by Dragon Ball creator Akira Toriyama are full of personality, from the iconic slimes to the creative bosses. The story starts simple but builds to emotional moments that might just make you tear up.
Here you go! Get him! Go on! You can do—
Suikoden 1 and 2 HD Remaster brings two of the most beloved PlayStation JRPGs to Switch with improved graphics, sound, and quality of life features. These games tell interconnected stories about wars and politics where you build an army of 108 stars of destiny, unique characters who join your cause, each with their own stories and abilities. The combat uses a unique formation-based turn system where up to 6 characters fight using different weapon types, magical runes, and united attacks. What makes these games special is how they mix personal stories with grand political conflicts. You'll deal with friendship, betrayal, and difficult moral choices while building up your headquarters from small beginnings into a thriving community. Beyond standard battles, you'll also engage in large-scale war battles that play like rock, paper, scissors strategy games and one-on-one duels with rival characters. The HD Remaster adds new environmental sounds, auto battle options, double speed mode, and a conversation log while keeping everything that made the originals masterpieces of storytelling. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 takes place in a world where two nations are locked in an endless war, with soldiers who only live for 10 years before their homecoming, a ceremony celebrating their death. You control Noah and Mio, soldiers from opposing sides who can hear the haunting melodies of those about to die along with their companions. After a strange encounter, these enemies find themselves fused together and hunted by both their nations. The real-time combat system is the best in the series. You auto-attack while positioning yourself to use arts, which charge other arts in chain attacks. Each character can change their class, learning skills from their friends, and pairs of characters can fuse into powerful Ouroboros forms with their own unique movesets. The massive open environments are breathtaking to explore, filled with unique monsters, hidden areas, and helpful NPCs. The story tackles heavy themes like the purpose of life, the cycle of violence, and finding hope in a world designed to perpetuate suffering, all while developing one of the most emotionally resonant casts in any RPG. And there you have it, my top 20 JRPGs on Nintendo Switch. This console has become such an amazing home for RPG fans, with everything from classic remasters to brand new adventures. Which of these games have you played, or which one are you most excited to try? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, subscribe to SwitchTop for more Nintendo Switch content, and click the bell so you don't miss our next video. Thanks for watching.